Welcome back, everybody. I'm Tulok again. With me, as always, is my buddy Mango, also known as Corey.
Yo.
And we've got our two guests. If you haven't seen part 1 of Gen 4, if you haven't seen the rest of the other ones, hey, go check that out. It's on the channel. You should watch it, and we'll explain really quickly. The best a Pokemon could be is Sauce, then Awesome, then Basic, then Chore, then Dookie, then Failure. Sauce is, this is a perfect Pokemon. I love it. Always going to be on my team if I can get it. Awesome is, this is a cool Pokemon. I really like it, but it's not quite perfect. Basic, nothing wrong with this Pokemon. It's okay, but it doesn't really have anything for me. Chore is, I don't like this Pokemon. I'll keep it on my team if I need it. Dookie, if you absolutely have to use it for something like HMing or something like that, maybe you keep it. Failure, I just want it out of my game. Now, there is one tier above all tiers. That is the Zesty tier. That is the best Pokemon of the generation. Currently, we have Vespiquen in there, the evolution of Combee. But could something replace it this episode? Who knows? Let's start with Buneary, the bunny Pokemon, the rabbit Pokemon. I will say that I think this Pokemon is, it's basic. It's fine.
Yeah. It's got like weird little poodle tufts on the end of its ears. I don't know, it's cute, but I would say basic, yeah.
Fun Mason lore is we have a bunny in the house currently. It's very cute and very fun, but it did eat our internet cord the other day, we think.
Oh no.
So I have a little bit of a grudge right now against bunnies, so I'm going Chore.
I like that you preface that with fun Mason lore. I'm just going to say that every time I want to tell a story now. So, fun Kelsey lore.
I give Buneary an A for adorable.
Aw, yay.
I will say A does stand for awesome. Please do not change the what things are standing for.
I will say that we have a system in place.
We live in a society.
Sort of.
That'll actually put
table. I'll change it to adorable.
Buneary at basic. Who could forget such adorable Pokemon as Drifblim? Actually, no, Drifblim is basic. Anyway, up next. Hey, furries, this one's for you.
Oh.
It's Lopunny.
Oh my god.
It's the Lola Bunny Pokemon.
I mean, it's cute.
You've seen it in Space Jam. I think it's fine. I like its Mega. I like that it's like a kickboxer in its Mega. I like the normal fighting type pairing, even though that's not super good. But I don't know. I like it just fine. I think it's a basic.
I like it until this is a problem I have with several Pokemon, because they introduced the pet your Pokemon feature. God. And when something looks too much like a people, I have a hard time getting over that hump when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pet my Pokemon. You're so cute. You're so cute. You're weirdly shaped like me. Like,
you're a human woman.
You're
actually, I will point out Lopunny's gender ratio 50% male, 50% female.
It's a good point. So I think it loses points. Like any Pokemon, and I haven't brought this up before now, but any Pokemon that looks too much like a people loses a few points for me because of that, because it feels weird to have a pet that is shaped so much like a person. I get that this is very clearly a rabbit, but I'm gonna.
It also isn't.
I'm gonna give it. I like the little leg designs; they're nice. I'm gonna give it a basic.
Yeah, like
Mason.
I have stuff that I'm not wholly against it. Like I won't hold all the internet against it, because the internet wants to hold it. The internet wants to hold itself against Lopunny.
Wants to hold this Pokemon hostage.
But it does make me uncomfortable how it's just like it might as well be people, but with like some bunny parts. I'm going chore on it because I can't go any higher.
I think I'd like it better if like Lopunny were just another humanoid race in the Pokemon world.
Oh my god.
Like if they could just like if they were fully articulate, if they could speak,
Oh yeah,
if
like
they could like
Final Fantasy
own
12.
property. Yeah, like the Final Fantasy 12 bunny people, even though those are just like straight up Playboy bunnies.
They're bunnies with ears.
But
or
like
people
they're
with
Playboy
ears.
bunnies with sentience who can speak and
Have cool lore.
make decisions.
Yeah. It's just interesting that it's like required that they all wear heels. Anyways, I this one has a mega form. Have we skipped any mega forms? I don't look at mega forms usually.
I don't
but there's
think
a
so.
mega,
I don't believe so.
There's a mega Lopunny, it says on Cerebi.
Yeah. I talked about it.
Did you?
Yeah, it gets the fighting type. It becomes like a kickboxer kind of thing.
No, I kind of like
That's
that.
that's what bumped it from shore to basic to me.
Yeah. I do
But
kind of
Corey-
like that. I like the Sailor Moon vibes of the ears.
Corey, you got the final say here.
Yeah, Phil, I will agree with you in that I was kind of feeling chore for this, and I do agree with Kelsey too, where the kind of humanoid shape is a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that mega form is that mega form kicks butt literally and figuratively.
I do like the
So,
mega form.
I'm gonna bump my grade up to a basic.
Basic. Yeah, I think if we were just reviewing that mega form, I would even say awesome, but we got to go with the other one too. Lopunny in the basic category, as we all tiptoe around how uncomfortable we were that they made a bubble rabbit.
Yeah.
Put that out, Corey.
And then we tiptoed, and then Phil was just like, bloop.
Dropped it.
Stomp.
Yeah.
You can leave it in. Just probably censor the swear. Mismagius is up next. I love this witch. This is a great Pokemon. This is a sauce for me.
Yeah, I like this Pokemon too. I would agree with the sauce. I really like Mischievous, so I like that they gave it an evolution. I also am realizing, like when I was a kid playing these games, I wasn't really into the ghost type. Like granted, there were only a few like in Gen 1 and that kind of thing, but as I've gotten older, I really like ghost type Pokemon.
Yeah, maybe they were too spooky for you.
Oh.
So I gave it a sauce. Kelsey, were you giving it a sauce?
Yeah, I'll give it a sauce.
Mason, what do you think about Mismagius?
I will be
Mismagius?
I've always said Mismagius.
I
but-
also like that it's got a type, like a, what do you call it before your name? It's a miss.
like a
Mismagius.
title.
Yeah, like Mr. and Mrs. Mismagius.
Yeah.
I mean, the gender ratio is 50-50, so
Yeah, well, maybe.
I think of it more of as a mischief.
Or like mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, someone could decide that he is a miss if he wanted to.
Fair enough.
What did that? Sorry. Okay. Continue. Because wouldn't their gender identity then just be female? If they were like,
I don't
anyway,
know.
Yeah.
Mason, sorry.
I was gonna say something about like handing over a bowl of marinara because I enjoy this Pokemon, so please give it the sauce. But that's about it. That's all I got for it. Is I will hand it some marinara. The ragu is heading its way.
Corey.
So I got one thing I really like about this, and one thing that's kind of bothering me that I've never noticed before. So the thing I really like about it, aside from the general good aesthetic it has, is it carried the most important feature over from its first form, the kind eyes.
I forgot that you said that. I love that.
The thing that bothers me.
Oh God,
It looks like it ate a really large almond and it's stuck in its throat.
Oh no!
I can totally see that.
It's just constantly choking. That's why it's a ghost type. That's how it died. It was like, hey guys, I bet you think since I'm like a super powerful wizard that I won't be able to swallow this whole almond. And all of its friends are like, what? Those two things have nothing to do. I'm gonna do it.
You guys, what if it's the Dusk Stone? What if it ate the Dusk Stone and it got stuck in its throat? And that's what happened.
So it just died twice.
It died. It's extra dead. How does that not make it more saucy?
Super dead.
That being said, my final grade is sauce on Mismagius.
Since we've got 4 sauces on Mismagius, do we want to discuss a Zesty for it?
Who's our current Zesty?
Vespiquen?
Vespiquen.
I think I like Vespiquen better. I like the bee lore.
Me too.
I would agree that I like Vespiquen better, so it does not matter what Corey thinks.
But I do agree with you.
Okay. I was like, let him weigh in.
You know, Corey, maybe you just have your own opinion. You don't always have to follow the crowd, okay? Like, I just want you to feel like you can say how you feel. Hey, someone who's not afraid to say how they feel, it's Honchkrow. It's the big boss Pokemon, which is literally its classification is the big boss.
Big boss.
It's got angry hat.
It's got its head has a built-in fedora.
It does.
Whoa!
This Pokemon likes to say, "Milady."
I mean, yeah, right. I here's the thing. I know Murkrow had that going too, but for some reason, it's so much more bizarre with this one for me. The hat head.
I think Honchkrow is a dapper little bird, and I want to give it an awesome. I don't think it's as good as Mismagius, which is like the Pearl equivalent, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Pearl has Mismagius, Diamond has Honchkrow.
Okay, so they gave them the evolutions, but you can only get one per version, like between Mischievous and Murkrow. Okay.
But I think this is awesome. Kelsey?
The hat is strange. I mean, I don't think it like goes like really super low for me, but that I do. This one makes me think. I'm gonna let somebody else go first. I'm gonna sit on it for a second.
Mason?
So one of my favorite birds when I was a kid was the umbrella bird, which has like a hat built into it. So when like with the whole concern over the hat being there is evidence of that being a real thing. And when I was a kid, I was like, that's so cool. They made an umbrella bird Pokemon, not realizing it was like, not. But I still enjoyed it a lot. I think I can give this a solid sauce as well.
Okay.
Corey?
I'm on awesome with Honchkrow. It's got some good points in my book, but it doesn't quite reach into that sauce.
I'll do
Kelsey?
awesome as well, actually. I do like the speakeasy vibes. I like that sort of the way it's the wing is positioned. It almost looks like it might be holding a bouquet of flowers behind its back with the like tail wing thing happening. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like Prohibition Bird. But
yeah,
I think that the hat is weird enough that it doesn't quite get a sauce for me.
Honchkrow and his Beak Easy Speakeasy.
Oh God.
Will go into the awesome category as we move on to Glameow, which is a cat, but they put a spring on its back, so it's not just a cat.
Oh my God. The sprite where it's not sitting is so sassy.
I like Glameow all right. I don't remember where we put Meowth, but I want to make sure that we kind of put this at the same place as Meowth, because that's what it feels like to me. So let me look up where we put Meowth. You know what? I gotta go. I gotta not think about it. I've gotta just pick where
What's your gut
my
say?
heart. My gut is saying basic.
Okay.
Kelsey.
Ooh. I'm gonna say awesome. I like this little guy. I like its springy tail. I don't know anything about this Pokemon. I don't know what it learns. I don't know much about it at all. I do kind of like that its head is just like one continuous crescent shape. I think that's kind of fun.
basically 4th gen Meowth.
Right.
It's a normal type cat. It learns a couple dark moves.
Yeah.
I think it's even got the same abilities. Like Limber, I know, is on the Meowth line.
Yeah. It's cute. If I saw this Pokemon in real life, I'd be like, I want to take you home. You're cute.
I cannot agree. It feels so uncomfortable to me. Like the proportions of the head and like you said, the crescent shape is interesting. I don't like it. It's
not a positive.
Yeah, it's not I don't like how the ears just like, they don't seem to ever exist on their own. It's just part of the head shape. And that feels very uncomfortable. And like the neck is just way too thin to support it. It looks like it should be constantly falling over.
Yeah.
I think it's Gen 7 sprite makes the ears look like more their own thing if you would click over there. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, look, because what was the little metal boy that evolved into the big ugly thing? Shieldon. Because his oversized head like worked for him in that case, but this one's working against it.
Well, you remember I was not a fan of.
If you will check the record, madam.
The record states that I was not a fan of the large head, which is funny because I'm like, big head, little body. It's perfect.
I'm gonna go chore on this one. And a little bit of defense of my boy Persian.
There you go.
Well, Persian will have its revenge soon, but Corey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, according to my records, Meowth was officially put into sauce. I don't want to match it with Meowth.
Because it was sauce and then Persian everybody dunked on, and then Mason waited till you were all done dunking and then was like, Persian's my favorite.
It is.
Kelsey knows the deep lore of the Pokemon review story.
A true fan.
But I don't want to rate it too much worse than Meowth. I think Meowth should be higher than Glameow because Meowth does have the other forms as well as the Gigantamax. Glameow gets a basic for me.
That'll put it solidly in the basic tier. Now, of course, it does not get love because it is not from Gen 1. And Gen 1, they will just keep farming because so many people are like, Gen 1's the only good one. But Purugly, I think it's interesting that Purugly has the name Ugly in its name because this is a cat that's too muscular and oh my god, it's the ugliest thing. I hate this Pokemon. Failure.
Really?
Look at its feet. Well, I will be on toe watch this time.
Oh no.
Look at its feet compared to how giant and like chicken leggy its legs are on its big, burly, beefy cat bod.
He's thick.
No, but this is like unhealthy thick.
No.
This is like this is the pet that you go to your friend's house and you see it and you're like, oh, I respect my friend less because I know they don't take care of their pet.
Listen,
This is a failure.
Listen, because, look, we have a very fluffy cat. She is basically a round loaf of bread. So I am constantly checking to make sure she is not overweight. And the way that you do that is if you can feel a waist, then they're not overweight. And guess what? Purugly has a waist. Look at that. Not overweight. Muscular.
I'm going to blow this all out of the water real quick. At least in the anime, the spring around its back, it comes around and it's clinching. It's wearing a bonnet to hold in all of its fat. It's actually super overweight, and it pushes all the fat to look like it's muscular.
It's a cinch? Interesting. Yeah, I couldn't tell that in this sprite. Oh.
There's like a GIF that I'm looking at because I had to make sure I'm not, Mandela affecting myself or whatever. And it's like there's like a GIF of like the cat just like having the spring taken off, and it's just boing. Yeah.
So where are people at with this?
That's a good.
Kelsey, where are you at?
Good question. I'll go basic. I don't really mind this thing. I like its curvy legs.
Mason?
I'm on the Dookie train on this one.
I also like that it's a grumpy boy. I like grumpy boys.
Gender ratio 75% female.
Okay, well, grumpy girl then.
Grumpy girl, grumpy girl, grumpy girl, grumpy boy.
Yes.
I'm unsure with this.
Okay. Yeah.
So many different
This one.
different ratings.
There was not
all
a
to
unified on this one.
end up in Dookie.
All to end up in Dookie.
Oh, Purugly. Your name, let us know what you were. But something that's not ugly is Ching-a-ling-a-ling. It's Chingling.
Whoa, what is this?
This is the baby form of Chimecho from Gen 3. I don't know why they gave Chimecho a baby, because Chimecho isn't that good. If anything, I would give it an evolution. This is another contender for a sound-type Pokemon. I like it. I think Chingling is cute. He always looks like he's jumping in like, hey!
I think Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I make noise. So I was going to say Chingling. I'll give it a awesome.
I think you're adding an extra syllable. It's just Chingling. It's not
Chingling, correct.
I thought but you're saying Chingaling.
I was saying Chingling.
Oh, okay. Chingling. I like this thing. It has Kirby vibes. Now, does that work against you, for you, Mason? Because again, it is not wearing shoes.
Well, no, because it's got feet instead of nubbins, so at least there's separation instead of it just being part of the face. It works now.
I understand your hate of Cherubi.
I don't think you
no,
ever
Mason's
will.
Mason's just a firm believer in the separation of feet from face.
Feet and face.
I think that's a very fair thing to want far away from each other.
That's fair.
That's why your nose is so far away from your feet, so you don't have to smell them.
Wow.
It's because both of them run. Anyway.
Also, Kelsey, did we get an official score
No,
from you?
I'll give it an awesome. I think this thing is cute.
Awesome,
It's a
okay.
cute little thing that I didn't know existed before this moment.
Yeah, I like the design of it. I like how its little mouth is like the sides of a little bell that are a little bit open. I'll also go awesome. It's a fun little boy.
Yeah.
Corey.
Sure.
Explain yourself.
Because, Chimecho didn't need a baby form.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I mean, this thing just... It doesn't... I mean, I get where you guys are coming from with it being a bit of a little cutie, but it doesn't quite get the charts going on that adorable meter.
Wow. Okay. That'll put it in... 1 second. I'll put it in basic for Chimecho.
Alright.
Or no, for Chingling. Which I'll now say is Chingling, even though Chingling is more fun for me.
Chingling, that rolls off the tongue better. You want to put a sound in between those two, so I get it.
Up next, I like 'em big. I like 'em stunky.
Oh, God.
This is a skunk, and it is funky. I like Stunky. I think Stunky's cute. I actually like Skuntank or Stuntank better. So I'll say Stunky. I'll give it basic. I like its butt mouth. I think butt mouth works on it.
I think this one's a dookie. I like skunks, which I know is weird because they spray you and they're a pest and they're really bad. And then when you get sprayed, you have to take a bath in tomato juice. But I like skunks. I think they're a very fascinating animal. And this take on a skunk just doesn't really work for me. I don't know. It's just not my thing. Its eyes are really close together.
It is kind of just a skunk.
Yeah, but a worse skunk.
I don't know if I can't dock it too much because I feel like as a poison dark type, I think it works really well. Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna go basic on this one.
I do like that it's poison because it's gonna spray you.
Corey?
I like how its whole backside tail thing looks like it just sleeps sitting down, and that's its bedhead.
Oh.
That being said, though, can't stand the butt face. Or scratch that. I can't stand the fact that like butt face gets better marks on this than it does on Wurmple.
Because this Pokemon
It's
like
because this thing is
it's a stinky Pokemon. Butt face works.
Stinking is the whole point of this Pokemon, is that it stinks. So yes, it should fart out its mouth and burp out its...
Gross, boys. Just kidding. Unless.
Just kidding. I'm a cool girl. I like farts.
I'm cool, girl.
I'm not like most girls.
I'm not like most girls. Gross.
I give Stunky a chore.
A chore. Yeah.
Well, that'll round it down to a chore. Stunky. The funky Stunky in the chorunky. Skuntank. How do we feel about Skuntank? I think it's an improvement. I think Skuntank is awesome.
I think it's Dookie still.
I like its tail that's kind of masqueradey, that it comes around to become hair. I think that's cute. I like that in one of its sprites, its leg is up because it's ready to spray you with the stinky. It's ready to go, stinky on you.
Stinky. I think actually, at least in the games, I forget if this is accurate or again I'm just hallucinating this, but I think like the Pompadour like opens up and there's like a little spray cannon from there.
What?
So like I think that's a cool design choice in my part, that they were like, we got a skunk, but we're not gonna make it like shoot out of its butt. We're gonna give it like a cool little hair tail cannon, and I think that's a cool little choice they made.
I think they improved Skuntank's design a lot when they designed Marnie's brother in Sword and Shield.
Accurate.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Can my Skuntank evolve into him?
That's
I'm
the
like,
Galarian
I don't like
form.
my Pokemon to be people, but can I have a people as a Pokemon?
Mason, where you landed?
I'm gonna go awesome on this one.
I agree that this is an improvement from Stunky. I'm going from chore to basic.
Hey, and you know what? That'll save it and bring it up to basic. Basic Skuntank. All right. Up next, Bronzor. This is a face on a plate. It's not even a face. It's just two eyes.
So
I guess it's smiling if it's upside down or right side up. That's kind of cool, but Dookie.
Yeah, I would agree with Dookie. I don't know. I just keep being like, I don't know this Pokemon. I mean, it just looks like a coin. I kind of want to flip it.
So there's like some interesting lore behind this Pokemon. It's not a plate, it's a bronze mirror, which were very common in like China, in ancient China. And there's this whole, it's like one of their like Aesop kind of stories of called like the mirror and the bell, about like a mirror that gets melted into a bell. So that's why it turns into from a mirror to a bell, which I just think is very neat. I think like knowing the lore behind this Pokemon makes it very cool. I'm a big old dweeb.
No, I like it. I just don't know anything about this.
Are you saying you're a big old weeb or a big old dweeb?
Big ol OL apostrophe dweeb.
Dweeb, okay. Because I was gonna say you don't watch anime.
No, I don't. I can't. I'm dyslexic.
We've discussed.
I'm dyslexic.
I think it's a very cool, like, knowing that before I didn't really like this Pokemon, but when I found out that little lore tidbit, I was like, oh, that's cool. And that bumps it from basic to awesome to me.
Okay. Is the mirror on the back of it?
The mirror, like, it's the face. Like, it's almost like you're looking in the mirror, so it's got a face there.
Got it. Okay.
Corey?
Yeah, I think I'm on chore with this one. I mean, I do like this line. It just, without the lore, it really isn't interesting all that much.
Mm-hmm.
Bronzor. Bronze chore. Now, let me see that Zong. That Bronzong.
Oh my gosh.
Oy vey.
Bronzong, I like Bronzong's weird techno design that pretty much became those annoying guardians in Breath of the Wild.
Oh, it does look like the Guardians in Breath of the Wild.
It straight up looks like the Guardian from Breath of the Wild. So I'll give this thing an awesome.
This for me is still a dookie. Like the lore is cool. It really is, and it's not a Pokemon that I don't think should exist, like that kind of thing. Because that's what I interpret failure as, like, get this Pokemon out of here. I don't understand why this is here. Right. Which I would not say for this Pokemon, for Bronzong.
Like a bell dong, like a bong.
Bronzong. Okay.
It's a made up monster. It can be said however we want.
Yeah. We have microphones. You don't. Bronzong. Okay. I think it's a dookie for me. Man,
I'm gonna keep it with the awesome. I really enjoy it.
Okay. I feel bad. I just am not really into the futuristic looking Pokemon. It's either futuristic or it's like ancient looking, and I can't decide which it is. I usually like the ancient.
It's kind of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am looking
which
at
is
it.
a very Zelda thing, because
Yes,
Zelda's
true.
got that sort of
I don't like that it's got
fantasy
eyebrows.
sci-fi.
That's uncomfortable. It's got eyebrows, which are not fun.
I wonder what.
Corey,
Or are those eyebrows the eyes, and the red things are like
Cheeks?
little Pikachu
Oh.
cheeks?
I kind of like it more now.
Oh.
That's cool looking now. It's got like little like cheek flaps. That'd be cool.
you've got options.
How do you interpret Bronzong?
Bless you.
I give it a basic. It's pretty
We're
swell.
sneezing a lot.
I am.
Boys. It's
Sneezy
allergy
boys.
season.
It is allergy season.
It's especially allergy season because I'm allergic to our cat.
It's true.
Anyway, that'll put Bronzong into the basic. Bronzong? More like basic song.
How many times can he say that before it stops being funny to him?
Bonsly! This is the baby form of Sudowoodo, and it is a nervous little boy.
I love it.
He's a little nervous stinker.
He's wearing a diaper.
Yeah, look, does Sudowoodo need a baby? No.
Yes.
Is this a good Pokemon? No. Is a rock type that is super slow and has terrible special defense ever gonna live? No.
Yes.
That said, sauce.
I love this thing. I want to pick it up and make it less nervous. It's kind of got the Sobble effect on me, where it looks so nervous that I just want to hug it, even though it's a rock. So I'd literally be hugging a rock, but it's okay. So, I would give it I'm gonna do an awesome. I think we give Sudowoodo a sauce. I really like Sudowoodo, so I'm gonna give its baby form an awesome.
Yeah, I'm also going awesome for what has been said. It's just good.
This is a good little boy.
It's wearing a little diaper. It's got a little rock diaper.
It does have a rock diaper.
Corey?
Sauce, hands down.
Sauce. So is that two sauces and two awesomes?
2 sauces and 2 awesomes, which will bring it down to an awesome when rounded down.
Okay.
Bonsly Cooper gets the awesome. Oh. Mime Jr. They took Mr. Mime. They made Baby. And Baby, not scary. This looks like a friend. I'll say awesome for Mime Jr.
I'm sad that Mime Jr. can be female, but Smoochum cannot be male. That makes me sad. I think we talked about that in Gen 2.
Yes.
I will say its arms are too long. I feel like this Pokemon should be polarizing. But just because it's a clown. But it kind of falls in the middle for me. because it is. I mean, it's cute for a clown. Agreed, Phil. I'll do basic.
This is yet another ice cream head Pokemon.
Yes.
Which I'm a fan of, I think. As the record so far has shown, I'm a fan of ice cream heads. I like him. He's a fun little friend. I think awesome is where he belongs.
Okay.
Sauce.
Corey.
I'm picturing Corey rubbing his hands together like,
Yeah.
I'm about to change this whole game.
It's about time. I'm gonna drop this.
Yeah, no, I really like Mime Jr. I like Mr. Mime. I like what they did with that line for Gen 8 and Sword and Shield. Just, I'm about it.
Mime Jr. going to awesome.
Yeah.
Now, this next Pokemon, some have said, is a warm gun. It's Happiny. Happiny is a warm gun. Bang, bang,
Oh
shoot,
my
God. I think Happiny... It's weird because it's actually very similar to Bonsly. Like, it kind of looks like pink
It's a very similar shape.
Bonsly. It's got its little diaper. It looks like it's holding an egg poop that it's like proud of. It's like, I pooped, and it's like, so? What do you want, a pat on the back? I think it's a chore.
Honestly, this would be much higher up if it wasn't for the weird cheerleader ponytail. I hate the ponytail on top of its head. It freaks me out. So I think... Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a chore. I think if that ponytail was just removed, it would be cuter. And I think that is something that you could do. You could just remove that ponytail.
I really like this Pokemon for the fact that it's a baby form, and they're like, we can't give it an egg. So instead, it's holding a rock that's shaped like an egg, so it's just there to have fun and fit in with the older
Is that
sisters.
what the Pokedex entry says? It's like, I've got a rock.
It's like, come look at my rock.
Well, and it evolves with high happiness while holding the rock. So it's basically the reverse of giving someone an egg to teach them to be a parent. Instead, you're giving an egg a rock to teach it how to be a thing.
Oh, yeah, it carries a round egg-shaped rock and gives it the rock to its friends.
I love that.
You this rock.
It's so pure. And as someone who used to carry rocks around when he was a little kid, because I was like, this is a fun little rock. I can't help but give that some sauce.
You guys, I'm a bully. The Heart Gold Soul Silver entry says it's bothered by how curly its hair looks, and I'm like,
oh, no.
I hate its hair.
Oh my God, Happiny can't sit with us. Her hair is so ugly.
I feel so bad now. It's self-conscious about its hair.
You're gonna turn Happiny into sad eating. Mason, where are you landing?
I'm landing sauce on this. I love the rock lore.
Sauce.
The rock lore is cute.
Corey?
I was originally thinking I'd go awesome.
Okay.
Because out of this, Chansey and Blissey, I actually think this one just looks the nicest of the three.
I think you guys are so pro Happiny, but you were hating so hard on Cleffa. I'll just leave that alone. I'm sorry.
I don't like Happiny that much either. I give Happiny a chore.
That's true, you did.
So, yeah, I wanted to give it an awesome. I think I might agree with Mason for the sauce, though, because he kind of convinced me to bump my vote up.
Rock?
It's the
I
rock.
like the rock.
Well,
Rock lore.
That rock is going to be kind of basic, so we'll put it in the Bon Jovi category for Happiny. For basic rock. No one seems to care about the Bon Jovi dissing. Because no one has a strong opinion on that band. All right, Chatot.
Oh.
It's next. It's the parrot Pokemon. Another Pokemon for our sonic or noise type that Corey and I have pitched, and I think Mason and Kelsey have also talked about. I talk about it a lot.
Talk about it, yeah.
This Pokemon was not allowed to play online because it has a move called Chatter, where the sound that plays for the move would be something you could record with your DS's mic, so people would say bad words and make their Chatot say bad words, which I think the idea of a swearing parrot that also has a musical note for a head.
That is very funny.
Like, there's a lot of layers to Chatot that I really like. I'll say it's awesome. I don't think it's quite sauce.
Does it evolve?
No.
Okay.
It's another Pokemon that sort of gets ignored later.
Okay.
Like, it never evolves, it never gets a Mega Evolution, it never gets a Galarian form, never gets a Alolan form. It's just...
They did bring it back to be a major character in the DS, or like the second rendition of the second gen of the Mystery Dungeons. Because I think it was the one that like handed out a lot of missions to your squad.
Oh.
I'm gonna go basic. I like especially with the swearing part. I like because it also has a grumpy face. Like it's like, I might swear at you. I'm not a huge fan of the metronome tail. Like I think that's what they were.
Metronome tail.
Well, it's weird. You're wrong, but no. But yeah, I'm gonna go basic.
You know, I for those of you who don't know, which is all of the audience, I'm in an a cappella group, so I think legally I have to rate this one awesome.
Fun Mason lore. He's in an
Yeah,
acapella group.
Yeah, that's more of that. I love the metronome tail. I think that's such a nice little detail they added, because they could have just went with the music note head and been like, it's done, we're done with this Pokemon. But they're like, hey, hold on, let's add a little of the metronome right here. So awesome for sure.
Cool.
Sauce.
Yeah.
Rubbing his hands together before he drops the... He's like...
Guys, it's coming.
You guys may hear me dropping a lot of sauces with like the second half of this gen. It's got a lot of goodies.
Well, that'll make Chatot an awesome Pokemon.
Cool.
Chawsome Tot is more like it.
All right. Next.
Now, I've got Spirit. Yes, I do. I've got Spirit. Spiritomb
Ew.
is the next Pokemon we want to talk about. Look, it's just going to get worse. If you've been watching my videos on the main Tulok channel, you know that I just push the intros so far. Like, I had Aragorn singing Nookie, and that was like months ago. And I've only tried to push it further since then. Spiritomb, though. This is Ghost Arc. It was one of those Pokemon that didn't have a weakness until Fairy existed. I never really clicked with this thing, though. I think it's a chore. It doesn't.
I think this is a fail for me. What is this? I don't like it. I don't know anything about this guy, but it's weird. I don't really like the design. Is it like stuck on a rock?
Yeah, if you go to like the Gen 7 sprite, it's a little more clear like what it is.
It's like a keystone where a bunch of spirits were like sealed away within this like special like keystone rock, and this is it like escaping out.
Oh, I see. It's been bound to an odd keystone. Yeah. It's formed by uniting 108 spirits. I don't like it.
It weighs 108 kilograms, which I think is pretty cute. I'm going
Mason.
I'm going awesome on this one. I think it's just a cool design, cool concept. I think they were really pushing the ghost on this one to see how far they could take it, and I think they did a neat little job on it.
Corey.
For the longest time as a kid, I didn't particularly care about this thing. But when Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out and there was like the global trading, I actually would breed a bunch of Spiritombs because those are the ones that people would trade for when I was looking for something specific. Like anything else I'd try and trade wouldn't work super swell, or they were asking for a legendary I didn't want to give up. But like when I put Spiritomb on the market, it'd work. People just wanted this thing for some reason.
Interesting.
Now that I'm looking at its design, though, and having that experience with it and actually having it, I give it a basic.
All right, that'll put Spiritomb at Chore.
Got it.
Spiritomb. Up next, Gible. He is
Gible.
part dragon, part ground, all mouth.
All mouth.
This is a hungry boy
He
who
hungry.
needs to eat, and I think he is an awesome boy.
I like awesome too. Look at him. It's a land shark Pokemon.
Yeah, definitely awesome. This is a friend. It's small,
This
and
is
it
a
can munch
friend.
on you. It can munch on anything.
Yeah. I like the continuation of the term. This is a friend. Like with Mime Jr. This is a friend. He could be friendly. He's approachable. He gonna chomp your face.
You go chomp, 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 chomp.
Yeah, this is like you want to wear like the steel glove and like let it bite you.
Yes.
Corey.
Well, not that I dislike Sharpedo greatly. I do think this does Shark a little bit better than Sharpedo did.
Which is interesting. Because, I don't know. Sharpedo was just a shark, and this is a land shark.
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't know what it is for me.
This is a baby shark.
Doot doot.
It's baby Shark. I'll give it a basic.
Which will put it in the awesome category.
Yeah, cute.
Gible. You know, Gen 4, we got a lot of awesomes.
Really? Okay, good.
Yeah. Gabite, I would say this is also an awesome.
Hmm.
It's actually I'm gonna go basic. I think it's got middle formitis.
I don't care for the double dorsal fin. The back half is a shark. The front half is something else. I'm gonna do Chore. I don't know. Cave Pokemon, huh? So it went from land shark to a cave Pokemon.
Yeah. I enjoy it. I think it definitely takes a step down
Mm-hmm.
from Gible. So I'm going to go basic on it. But
Which
it's
is
still
interesting
good.
because Gible's face, Mason, is very close to its feet.
Yeah, but it's got legs this time. It's got legs. It's not just... The difference was it's not just feet appearing. It like there is a dichotomy that needs to be involved. And that's why Chingling had it. It's
probably-
Gible has it. It's... rewind the tapes. Everyone in the audience, look back and you can find the line. You can find where the
If you will
connections are.
check the record, madam.
We'll see that I have not perjured myself.
Corey.
It's a step down from Gible. I gave it a chore.
Yeah. So that's two chores. What was it?
2 chores and 2 basics,
Okay.
which will make it a chore, which this Pokemon is Pokemon number 444, and chore is our 4th category. So it's 4444444.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Goodbye.
Wow. Wonderful.
Wow.
Wonderful. You were close. Now, Garchomp, this is a saucy boy. This is a pseudo legendary that has earned its title. Its Mega Evolution, also cool. It looks like it's digging graves over here.
Its shiny version doesn't change at all.
But the Megaform
Yeah.
fixes that. The Megaform turns pink when it's shiny.
Oh. Ooh, the Megaform is very happy looking.
This is my big zesty contender, personally.
Oh, okay.
I am willing to have a zesty conversation for this. For sure. Kelsey?
I'm gonna let Corey go.
What?
I'm gonna let Corey go first.
Okay. Kelsey's rubbing her hands together.
I'll give Garchomp an awesome. I don't want to go higher than awesome though. The Megaform doesn't help too much, solely because those like white triangle spiky shapes become like there's just too many of them. It's
It makes his chest look like another mouth to eat you.
Yeah,
That's
even
true.
cooler.
It's got like teeth on its chest.
With its teeth
got a
pointing
tooth
out,
chest.
though.
Well, they're like kind of like defensive. Like you can't touch me over here because I got spikes over there too. I got no weak points.
It also gets like in its mega form kind of Scyther-esque hands.
Yeah, I mean, those hands are definitely an upgrade in the Mega Form, but I don't know. It gets an awesome for me. Nothing more.
Yeah,
All right, Kelsey.
I think this is kind of just a basic boy to me. I kind of, honestly, I know we kind of dunked on him in 2, but I kind of like Tyranitar better. I think I mean,
Oh,
like, I like that he's a chunk. I like that Tyranitar is a chunk. Yeah, this is a weaponized shark dragon, which I know sounds really cool to a lot of people. Yeah, I think
Kelsey.
I'll give him a basic.
your basic has officially made him awesome instead of what he deserved
Amen.
in the Souse category. Guess we're not having that zesty conversation.
I'm sorry. But I'm not.
Munchlax, this is a friend.
This is a
This is-
friend.
I feel like Munchlax is like a very good friend who invites you over. He got a lot of snacks. He eats most of the snacks, but he also buys most of the snacks. So you like can't be mad at him for eating all the snacks. And if that doesn't say awesome, I don't know what does.
He reminds me of a kid that used to come over to our cabin when we went out in Colorado, and he'd be like, "Do you guys have anything to snack on?" And we'd be like, "Yeah, we've got some granola bars and stuff," and like what was actually out. And he was like, "Yeah, but do you have like ice cream?" And then he would like go and dig in our fridge. No, sir, you can't do that. But I feel like Munchlax.
That kid just wanted to grow up to be a Snorlax.
I know. But I love this guy. I would give him. I think I give him an awesome. He's cute. Well,
Can't give him the sauce because he'll eat it all. Mason.
Yeah, I think he deserves some sauce personally. Because he's so hungry, he needs some sauce in his diet.
I will say
I love
I was
him.
behind Awesome and Sauce. Yeah, between Awesome and Sauce.
I just think he's shaped like a friend, as we said,
Friend.
and he just looks so happy and like, I can relate to being hungry. I can relate.
I can relate to being hungry.
He's so slow. He has 5 speed.
He's full of food. He's full of sauce.
Corey?
Oh, yeah, definite sauce.
I was gonna say Munchlax is your picture on Discord right now, so I was gonna guess spoilers. You were gonna give him a sauce.
yeah, definite sauce on Munchlax. I doubt the most of you want to talk zesty, but I'm willing to.
I mean,
Now, Kelsey, I will point out that with both of our awesomes, that'll round Munchlax down to an awesome.
I would switch to
you
a sauce.
said you were on the fence.
Yeah, I would switch to a sauce. I like him. I like
Okay.
him a lot. He's a good little boy.
And that'll be enough to pull Munchlax into sauce, but I only have Munchlax at awesome. If all 3 of you decide that it deserves zesty over Vespiquen, that would pull it.
I don't think it wins out against Vespiquen for me.
And that will leave Vespiquen in the zesty category. As we move on to Riolu. This is a dog who is trying to be karate.
I love
Trying
it.
to be karate.
That is a sauce.
That's a sauce for me. Look at this boy.
He's also the animation Pokemon. Like, his whole thing is that he can read people's emotions and he's empathic.
Little empathy boy. I love him. Sauce. Sauce.
I will add one more sauce to that cavalcade of sauces.
Wow, looks like this dip has 4 different sauces in it, so I also agree.
He's so good.
I would say let's have a zesty conversation, but I want to save it for the next Pokemon. Because as awesome as Riolu is, can we all agree that Lucario is even hyper?
Yeah, and honestly, I'd be fine talking Zest for Lucario because he really is a big representative for this generation.
He is.
He's my favorite Pokemon ever. So I will definitely have the Zesty conversation.
That he was your favorite Pokemon ever.
Oh, when little baby Phil was into Anubis and Jackals and like grumpy dog men, like that was the coolest thing in the world. I love Lucario. I love that he was going to be a legendary, and they were like, "What if we made a baby though?" And they're like, "Well, then it can't be a legendary." And they're like, "Make a baby." And they made Riolu, and so they're like, "Okay, he's not legendary, I guess." Bump his stats down, still give him a special move, Aura Sphere, still make him like a main character who's can telepathically communicate. Oh, he's so good. Sorry. His Mega is cool. He gets like these like sick Wanderer anime braids. Zesty for me.
I agree with Sauce for Lucario, but I do like Riolu better. I think Riolu's really, really cute. So, but I think they both get Sauce. It's a very strong design for me on both accounts. And I do feel like as soon as you make a Pokemon bipedal, it's where you enter it looks like a people. But Riolu and Lucario don't really enter that as much for me as like the bunny one. I think it's because it's got the reverse joints on the legs a little bit more apparent, even though he's kind of wearing
and it's
shorts.
got a spike on its chest to prevent you from hugging it too much.
Yeah, don't hug me.
Like you can give it like a distant hug, but you can't get in there for a full hug or you'll die.
Yeah.
Mason.
Yeah, I'm not willing to put it in the Zesty zone because I feel like it gets a little overhyped in my opinion. I like it, but I can't love it necessarily. I think the Mega form, very cool, becomes like superhero-y, which I think is neat. But I think, yeah, Sauce for sure. Sauce is where I'm staying.
Do we want to go back then and have the Zesty discussion for Riolu? I know I kind of steamrolled there. I was just confident.
But
Riolu over Vespiquen?
I wouldn't do Riolu over Vespiquen.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
Lucario over Vespiquen. I would say yes.
Absolutely.
I don't think I can do it.
If I liked Riolu better, I feel like no, I can't. Like, yeah. But I do really like Lucario.
We've got a weird tie then.
Yeah.
Between Vespiquen and Lucario.
Okay.
All right. Weird tie there. Maybe something will come up that'll beat it. Hippopotas. I like his big nose.
Oh.
Sauce. He's so cute. He's so cute. Look at his sprite where he laying down because he just can't walk no more. He's sleepy. And also he can make earthquakes and kill people. So that's Sauce for me.
Oh my god, one of the Pokemons has him in a pose where he's like sitting down so his front legs aren't even touching the ground. That's adorable.
I am scared of hippos. Fail. I wish this Pokemon didn't exist.
Oh my god.
It's so scary.
Even this one? Because, like, I feel like this is like Mime Jr., though. Like, I'm terrified of clowns, but Mime Jr. is okay because it's such a friend. This does not do that for you, apparently.
Its nostrils are so big.
You can just reach right
in. I don't trust its eyes. I don't like it. I don't care for him.
It kind of has the hat from Mario Odyssey eyes.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I also don't like camouflage, like as a pattern, and its body is camouflage.
Huh. Never looked at it that way.
Well, okay, Kelsey, let me read this. It enshrouds itself in sand to protect itself from germs. It does not enjoy getting wet. Come on.
No. Hippo, no. Please.
This is social distance Hippo.
I don't like it. They kill for fun.
Okay. Mason.
I'm a pretty big fan. I caught one of these in my original game, and it had power. When it evolved, at least it had power. They're fun and they're cute, and yeah, they got a big nose, but maybe so do I. So maybe I relate.
But maybe so do I.
I'm gonna go awesome.
How does it shut its nostrils? Does it have like?
It can close it.
It literally
Kelsey,
shoots
it
sand
shuts
out
its
of them.
nostrils tight, then travels through the sand as if walking. They form colonies of around 10.
And then they burst
How do you
out
not
and
know
they
this?
kill you for
Ooh,
fun.
wait, 10. They
No, that's
form colonies of
Hippopotas.
10 though. That's a problem.
10.
That's Hippowdon.
If they're forming colonies of 10, that's one too many, I think, right?
Why?
Because we're not allowed to be in groups of 10 or more.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. We just got an email from our apartment complex. Apparently, some people were doing
Someone
that.
at a barbecue.
Someone at a barbecue.
Oof.
Corey.
I give this thing an awesome. I like Hippopotas.
Well, thanks to Kelsey, it is basic. Good job, Kelsey. Way to keep it objective. Hippopotas. I don't know how to spell hippopotas. I don't know how to spell
Hippopotas.
Hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus.
I also like that I feel like part of the design was potato, based on that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little potato. Now, Hippowdon, I think, is also sauce. It's so cool. Kelsey, should I just put you down for a failure and move on?
Worse. What's below failure?
What's below failure?
It's an oozing hippo of death. I hate it.
What's the opposite of zesty? She needs
What's
to
the
know.
opposite? Oh
Bland.
my god. Look, it's either oozing or it's chomping. The two worst things. Hey.
It might not be chomping though. It could just be hollering.
Hollering, I'm gonna kill you.
Kelsey, does this make it better? Its huge mouth is almost 7 feet across.
Jesus Christ.
It has enough power to completely crush a car.
Yeah, why? Why?
That means his mouth opens up like at more of a distance than the length of his body.
It's
or I guess the height of his body.
It is surprisingly quick to anger.
You guys, this is the death Pokemon.
It holds its mouth agape as a display of strength. They left out the TH in Cerebi in that description.
Strang.
It's display of strang.
Now, Mason, does this have enough strength to get a good review from you?
Strang.
Oh, this gets such a good review out of me. This is a saucy boy.
Yeah.
I love him. He's powerful. I think the female form is even cooler looking because it has like all black skin, which I just think it looks dope.
Yeah.
I think it was so cool. They were like, Hippo, what if we didn't do water? And I think that was such a good choice on their part. It's fun and it's powerful and it's scary. I think it does a good lesson teaching kids don't trust hippos.
Yes. Corey? Sows. Thank God we had Kelsey here to bring it down to awesome when we all agreed. And I could honestly have a zesty discussion for this.
I could too.
Oh no!
Wait, if 3 of us say zesty, does it go to zesty?
Not when the fourth
Not when
vote
the fourth vote is failure. That's true. Kelsey,
Oh, it's good.
I'm very glad we have you on today, but right now I'm kind of not.
What if Hippowdon? Oh, I can't. Oh my god.
Skorupi!
Oh, click
Skorupi,
off
the
of
girl
that
who's hard to
picture.
get.
Goodbye forever, Hippowdon.
Oh, I thought you were saying Skorupi. I'm like, Skorupi is nice.
He's not bad. I like Skorupi.
Skorupi is a little abacus scorpion.
Yeah, I kind of like him.
I'll say awesome for Skorupi.
Yeah, I like that. I like Skorupi. Maybe it's just the relief I feel clicking off of Hippowdon, but I like Skorupi.
Yeah, that's the Aquaman effect.
Yeah.
Where you're just used to the last thing being so terrible that when you see something kind of good, you're like, oh, okay.
Okay. But yeah, awesome.
Mason?
I don't like its eyes, and I don't like that it's got just one single like little claw on its hands. I feel like that's inefficient. But otherwise, otherwise, I'm a big fan. I think it's cute and like scary and cool all at the same time. They did a really good job representing a bug. I think this might be like the best. This is a bug and how I feel when I see a real bug.
This is the buggiest of bugs.
Yeah, which is weird because it evolves into being not a bug.
Scorpion.
I'm gonna go with awesome on this one.
Corey.
So I haven't had an opinion on Skorupi for the longest time. Then we got Donna.
I was
Donna.
gonna say, you guys on your sword and shield run.
Donna was great.
Donna was the queen, even though she was an illegal queen.
Well, didn't you kind of make up for that by like not catching a Pokemon somewhere else?
Yeah, but still illegal.
Whatever.
So I'll give it a basic. I still don't, outside of Donna, I don't have much of an influence or much of an impact from it.
Well, that'll put Skorupi at awesome. But Drapion, that's a sow.
Sauce.
Souse. It's Poison Dark, crazy good combination of typing. Only weak to ground. Great defense, great speed, great attack, pretty good special defense, great coverage with the poison. Like, this is a great way to kill a fairy type. This is a great way to kill a psychic type. It's a very good Pokemon. Souse. Kelsey?
I don't like that its arms come out of its head.
Thank you.
It's weird. Man.
It's the Ogre Scorp
Yeah, there we go.
Pokemon.
I was gonna bring that up. It's such a good classification.
It's an Ogre Scorp.
Somebody once told me this boy deserves a Zesty.
No.
I don't know if I can go zesty because like the
Where are you landing,
accordionness.
Kelsey?
I think this guy's in cahoots with Hippowdon because it says it attacks people and Pokemon that cross the desert. So I think this thing and Hippowdon are like friends, which...
Also, it has the power in its clawed arms to make a scrap of cars. Like, Hippowdon and Drapion hate
They
cars
hate cars
together.
together.
Owen Wilson, hide.
They're best friends.
They're coming for you.
Lightning McQueen, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
it just says,
Drapion. Oh, you're ripping my torso in half.
I know, basic.
I'm gonna go
Because
awesome.
Donna won at some points. I do like Donna in your guys' playthrough.
I'm gonna go awesome. I enjoy the shape of it, but I don't like. I think the point of its hands or its arms coming out of its head is a valid criticism, and I don't like how it like kind of looks like it could be like accordioning its body. But otherwise,
so
it's
a bug
cool.
that's a violin, that's great for you. But
Well, 'cause the violin
An
was
accordion
intentional.
is where Mason draws the line.
Okay, but like genuinely, who likes the accordion more than they like the violin?
Mike,
Weird Al. Al Yankovic, you will put some respect on his name.
what's the accordion that has like a piano on the side?
Oh, are you talking about a
It's not a
what's it called?
harpsichord, is it?
a melodica?
Maybe. My great uncle played one. It's like the accordion with
Are you
like
talking about?
piano.
Oh, accordions just have pianos.
Oh, maybe it was just a regular old
Yeah,
accordion.
that is an
then.
accordion.
Never mind.
You cut out melodica, so I don't get people saying it. Is like a piano you have to blow into.
Oh, I'm gonna look this up. Melodica.
Let's look it up later. Corey.
Oh yeah, I see it. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I don't like the hands coming off the head. Like, I know there are plenty of Pokemon who have, like, little hand or arm stumps coming off their head body. But, like, if they have a neck beneath their head that leads into a body, those arms should be on, like, shoulders or something. Shouldn't be coming off the face.
I get it.
That's my take. Otherwise, Donna gives it some points. I like a nice gimmick with this bad boy of throwing out toxic spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it an awesome.
All right, that'll put it at an awesome. for Drapion. All right. Up next, Croagunk. This dude has the biggest, like, snide face. His face says, gotcha. And I'll give him an awesome just for his face.
I think he's a dookie.
Ugh. I was going to suggest Zesty on this one.
Zesty!
I love him so much. He's the Sans Undertale of the Pokemon world.
Oh, I could see that.
He is, and
he
he stops Brock from being horny in the anime.
He does?
Yeah.
He helps Brock become not a creep, because when Brock's being a creep, Croagunk will just poison jab him.
Really?
And like paralyze him and then throw him.
Oh, I like that. He's an anti-creeper Pokemon.
He's an ally.
That's cute. I do like that. Maybe I'll bump him up to a chore then.
I mean, he's not the feminist icon that Vespa claims.
True.
Corey.
I'll go with a basic on it. I mean, I like Croagunk, but I don't know if I want to go too high with that score.
Okay.
Well, that'll put Croagunk into basic. Croagunk.
Is Croagunk Brock's Pokemon that poisons him?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because Brock says he's a rock type trainer, and then his main Pokemon are Vulpix, Croagunk, and Zubat.
He's got a Geodude.
He's not good at sticking to the.
Yeah.
He's got the Geodude and the Onix. He's not great at sticking.
He's
to the
just
type.
a little confused on what a rock type is.
He doesn't
It's okay.
understand. He doesn't have a Pokedex.
Toxicroak is a wild ride for me. I like that he's got a Wolverine claw. I like his little bulb thing that frogs would have. I don't like his horn.
Yeah.
I don't like his mustache. I don't like his feet. So I think that balances out at a basic or a chore for me. I'm going to go for basic. Or I'm going to go for chore.
I'm going to go Dookie. I don't like this thing. I don't know, man. I saw it for the first time in Sword and Shield, and I was just like, what are you? And then I ran in the opposite direction.
I am a fan. One, because I think he just looks cool. Like nothing can beat the like energy that draws the young preteen energy that this guy has that like makes me love him. But also he had a great synergy with Zoroark in battle, because you would bring him out, Zoroark disguised as this guy, and then people would try to use a psychic move on him because that's 4 times strong. So you would get a free turn because psychic doesn't affect Zoroark. And I have fond memories of that.
Oh, I don't know what a Zoroark is. Are we going to find out this gen?
Not this gen, next gen.
I think you'll like it.
Okay.
I think you'll like Zoroark.
Okay.
Sorry, it cut out when you said the ranking. Were you saying sauce or awesome?
I'm going awesome.
Okay. Corey?
I'm sticking with basic. There are a lot of elements I like. There's some elements I dislike. Phil, I'd say you did a pretty good job of pointing them out. So, I mean, like, there's a change from Croagunk, but I give it the same score.
Oof. That'll put it down at a chore. Toxicroak.
Toxicroak.
Up next, Carnivine.
Whoa!
R.I.P. Carnivine, forever in our hearts.
Why? What happened to him?
It's a Vine joke to the reference to the Vine app. There's a lot of Vine compilations.
What happened to this Pokemon?
So if I ever catch a Carnivine in a Nuzlocke, people please ask me to name it R.I.P. Vine.
Fine.
So road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it basics. I think this is a basic.
God damn.
I wish it had an evolution. I wish they did something with it. For me, it feels like it's got potential to be great. It just needs a little extra oomph.
What's in the middle?
You know?
What's in the middle of its body here? Is it a pot?
Plant stuff.
Stuff and things.
I like that it has levitate. I think that
is kind of cool. It's a little flying. I mean, Venus flytraps are dope.
Yeah, this is a flying fly trap. Kelsey, where do you want to put it?
I'll go basic.
Basic.
Just on appearance alone. That's about all. Excuse me. I know about this Pokemon, but I do like Venus flytraps. Also, if you have a Venus flytrap, I know it's really fun when you poke it and it closes its mouth, but don't do that too much or it'll die.
Mm-hmm.
Mason?
I'm not sure if you're asking me to rank the Pokemon or concur with that advice. Don't poke your Venus flytraps. I'm going to give it a basic. I have no strong feelings on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was James's Pokemon in the anime.
Yeah, it was like the Victory Bell
I like
replacement
that.
because that one would also go munching on James.
It was also into devouring James.
I love James. He's such a queen.
The James Vorlord.
Yeah, James Vorlord. Oh, God.
Speaking of James Vorlord, Corey, where do you want to rank this Pokemon?
Yikes.
I give it a basic. I normally wouldn't go too high with it, but it was a lot of fun in the anime. It was kind of one of those burden on the team goofballs, similar to like Misty's Psyduck.
Yeah. Well, hey, group consensus on that is going to be a basic. That's great. Finneon. Here's the deal. I don't hate Finneon. I just never remember it exists.
Yeah.
So, I'm thinking Dookie.
I'm thinking Chore.
I have a friend who named their fish Finneon.
That's cute.
And out of respect for that, I'm going to go basic at the lowest.
Why does it have a male and a female? They look the same to me.
There's probably a very small gender difference.
Okay.
Some Pokemon just have very light differences.
Okay.
Looks like that's only in Gen 4.
Okay.
Because I'm not seeing that in future gens.
Interesting. Okay, so we have Dookie, Chore, basic.
Corey? Yeah.
I'm going to agree with the basic. I do agree with you, Phil. I forget this thing exists when it's not around. But, it's still a nice looking fish. I like that the neon is in the name, and then they kind of use some neon colors. I like my neon colors.
I feel like it could get an electric typing. And it could emphasize the neon a little bit more, and I'd be more into it. And then we can talk about Lumineon, which I feel like looks really nice. But it kind of doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So just a chore.
I was going to go basic on this one. I like the butterfly. I like the shape of it a lot.
Yeah, I can concur. I feel like they were trying to fake you out. This is the Magikarp of this gen. Psych, it's actually just a Magikarp again, but not that bad.
But not that bad.
For me, it feels like a Goldeen Sea King thing, where it's it's a fish, it exists,
It do be a fish, though.
I've also never really used a fish Pokemon. The only fish Pokemon I wanted was the one that evolves into Melodic. I'm blanking on his name right now. Phoebus, but I could never find him because they made it impossible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna.
Where
go
you landing
basic.
on this, Mason? Basic. Corey?
I'm reading two different descriptions I have, and one of them is, it lives on the deep sea floor. It attracts prey by flashing patterns. And the other one is, to avoid detection by predators, it crawls along the sea floor using its fins.
So what's it doing?
Is it hunting or being hunted?
Maybe it's just a constant cycle of both. I'll give this thing a chore.
Sure.
And that'll balance it out to chore. One of its Pokedex entries does say it competes with food for Lantern. So I do like the idea that it's trying to get rid of lanterns because how dare they to Chinchou. But it doesn't really help it. Now Mantyke, this is a cute little guy. But did Mantyke need a pre-evolution?
Yes.
I don't think so. Okay, I guess Kelsey's like, yes, it did. Its evolution is, I really like its evolution method. You have to level it up with a Remoraid in the party so that it can become Mantyne and get the little Remoraid gun that Mantyne has. But it doesn't get until, what does it get it? Oh, there it is. In Gen 3 it gets it, but in Gen 4 it doesn't have it. Weird. Anyway, I'll say basic. Kelsey?
Why do I always go second? I'm gonna give him a sauce.
Oh, you were not. Sorry, Kelsey, you were not here when we determined this order, but we were gonna go me, you, Mason, Corey to like expedite.
Sorry.
just
I
realized
was
you
not
weren't
here for that, so I did not realize it was my turn. Okay, got it. Sauce. He's so cute.
I'm thinking awesome or sauce. I can't really pick behind either. I think I'll go awesome just because I'm leaning a little bit more in that camp. But the little smiley face on his back is so friendly, and I love that.
They're so manta rays are like one of the most friendly wild animals out there, and I want to swim with one.
Corey?
I'm bordering between chore and basic. It's not bad. I mean, it's not... I guess it does what it's supposed to do. It looks like Mantine, but, like, less detailed, smaller, cuter.
It does what it's supposed to do.
I'll give it basic. I don't want to hurt it too much.
Why would
Yeah,
you
like,
hurt
that-
it? It's so cute.
That's why I landed in basic as well, just because it doesn't hurt me. It's fine. I won't be mad at anyone for liking it. It'll land in awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks to some glowing reviews from Kelsey. Snover! I don't... Sure. I don't feel
yeah.
things for
Sure.
this. I don't hate it, though.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go chore.
Yeah, I think we're both going to our snowy pine cone. It's fine. Meh.
I'm looking at the typing grass ice here. This thing's got a lot of weaknesses.
It's tied for the most weaknesses.
As with what?
Executor and Celebi.
Oh. Poor Celebi.
Damn.
Actually, no, I think it has more than they do. But yeah.
I give Snover an awesome.
You like him?
I really like kind of this snowy pine tree thing.
Yeah.
Well, Snover's gonna need that help in the wild, considering how many things it's weak to. And now...
Mason Rig?
Yeah, I
What?
went chore.
You and Chore. Okay, so
Yeah.
we got 3 chores and an awesome.
Former President Barack Obama is next. I like this better. It's a Yeti. I like its mega form because it is a giant Yeti Christmas
Whoa,
tree.
the megaform
That
is
is-
like an explosion.
It is. Like, I like that the mega form is like, you know what? There isn't such a thing as too much. It's
And they made it work.
It's very scary, actually. Like, it's got a lot of weaknesses, but it's got snow warning, which sets up hail when it comes in, which makes Blizzard 100% accurate.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty crazy combo. I'm going to say this is an awesome.
I'm gonna say basic. It's fine. I like him, but yeah.
I'm a big fan of the fact that on Cerebi it says that the megaform is 0 inches tall and weighs 0 pounds.
It's a small.
So now my
It's
little
non-existent.
It's not
my little
existent.
headcanon is it doesn't exist.
It's gone.
Well, it's because it's a Yeti Pokemon. It's like Bigfoot.
Atomic.
Oh. I'm gonna go awesome on this. I think it's cool.
That was a weird.
Corey, where do you want to vote for our former president?
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the stats here. So, like, going from the normal Abomasnow to the Mega, so yeah, he does gain a foot. He goes from about 7 feet to 8 feet. The weight, he gains 100 pounds. And the genders go from being male and female to unknown.
Yeah.
That's great. Abomasnow figures itself out when it goes to Mega Evolution. It's like, you know what? They, them, please.
Does that make it the non-binary?
Yeah.
Or one of the, I guess?
Yeah.
I guess there's plenty of, like, non-gendered Pokemon. Yeah, I give it a sauce.
A sauce. That'll make it a solid awesome. And that'll be our last Pokemon for this round. Abomasnow. I don't think I spelled that right. But Abomasnow, the awesome Pokemon. We'll catch you next time. I'm Phil.
I'm Corey.
Kelsey.
Mason.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.